Let's go! Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, week 5, Remy and Red show. What you're going to see is there's no Remy, it's just Red. As Remy is often quoted in saying, man, beta men get sick. Alpha men show up. So Remy says he's got a sore throat. Night, night. Let's go. This show might come off the rails a little bit, but I wanted to get this out to you because it's been this NFL season's wacky. There's some crooked scores that got put up in A-League, some real clunkers. We got to get to it, man. We ain't missing no more weeks. So, for you degenerates out there, I know you're always curious how Red's doing with my bets. Down 1,700 for the week. Not good. I'm going to tell you why. In part because Mr. 85% ain't fucking 85%. That's the goddamn truth. Second thing is, the Rams shit the bed. I have no idea. Everything lined up. McVay is coming out of losses. He's got some like 85% win rate coming out of a loss. That defense and offense got embarrassed by San Francisco. I had thought the defending champs were going to come out and they're going to put a smacking down on Dallas. Cooper Rush continues to impress, but it all lined up, so I went big, heavy, and lost. The Rams, I gave up 5 points. The Rams lost outright to the Cowboys. Other than that, man, it was again wacky weekend in the NFL. I want to start with the Thursday night game that I imagine if we could draft up. Anytime you watch football is not torturous. But boy, we could develop a new type of torture if we put that game on loop and you had to watch a 12-9 overtime game, Colts versus Broncos. Matt Ryan continues to look done. And I'm sorry, for all them Russell Wilson truthers out there, he looks bad. Bad. Convenient that they said he came out with, that he's got an injury. But, again, the timing of that, you couldn't get more opportune time to say, oh, yeah, it's because I'm hurt. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, that was a stinker all the way around. Really disappointing. Javonte Williams goes out. Anyway, a tough start to the NFL week. And then we woke up early on Sunday morning. Again, I wrote Remy, and I said, hey, you up yet? Silence. Again, beta men sleep in. I was up watching it. I liked it, man. The Debo has the Giants playing really well. That was an impressive win. One of the easiest choices to make all week as far as a betting line was the Patriots -3.5. They took care of the Lions. I also took the Jets and money line to beat the Finns. Sorry, Spency, but anybody could see that one coming. Jets are playing well. They're playing hard. I tied them with a 2-team parlay with the Browns. Browns missed the field goal, the last-second field goal. Otherwise, this weekend would have looked a lot different. But overall, there were some crooked numbers. Bills absolutely destroyed the Steelers. 49ers looked good. Matt Rule got fired today. Everybody saw that coming. 49ers are going to stomp them. And we ended last night with the Ravens versus the Bengals. That's where Mr. 85% missed it. We had the Ravens -5. They only won by, we had the Ravens -3.5. They only won by 2. Penny broke his fibia. That's unfortunate. But it was not unfortunate that it was not unpredictable that they lost to the Saints. The Saints put up 39 points. Next week, the Seahawks play the Cardinals. A little free fantasy tip for all you boys and girls out there. Play any Cardinal you have. I don't even care if it's the bag boy. Start him. He's going to get some points against the Seahawks defense. It's that bad. All right, so we're gonna get into the matchups. Our matchups. I'm gonna start with, and I'm not doing Dynasty. It's not my thing. I lost big time. Everybody else did something. Don't really know. Don't really care. You're gonna have to tune in next week to get into your fantasy or your dynasty updates. All right, we're going to get into A-League because that's what matters. So the Raiders, Chiefs are on right now. So the Pat Mahomes, Kelsey owners, they're obviously dialed in. The Derek Carr owners dialed in, but I've already won. So it's just icing on the cake. We'll get to that in a bit. Let's start with Joey Meatballs versus Vavo 1C Cree. We talked about it last week. Joey Meatballs got a good team, man. I mean, it's tough to put up a zero burger by T. Higgins. I have no idea what happened there because I got him in the league too. What the hell? But Ramondre Stevenson is really coming on. Stephon Diggs is good. That was disappointing from Waddle. But where it always gives you positional advantage is 23.48 points from Dallas's defense against the Rams. Who the hell saw that coming? And then if you look over at Cree's team, Cooper Kupp, he was worth that first-round pick. Would have picked him higher. That's been a great pick. Same with Saquon Barkley. The bummer for Cree is that Miles Sanders didn't do anything. Higbee and his flex play of James Robinson didn't put up any points. Minnesota defense wasn't that good. And 1 point from the kicker. So Cree ends up losing to Joey Meatballs. And Joey's putting together a fine season. All right, let's go into Palouse Posse versus Fundamental Black American. Mr. Not 85%. Sorry, Dennis, but not this week. Maybe next week, but not this week. But you put an absolute shellacking on Palouse Posse this week. 120.4 points, and he still has Jacobson going. Right now, live at this point, we got 12 seconds left in the second quarter, and Josh Jacobs already has 16 points. Didn't get anything from Chase Edmonds. Lamar Jackson, real subpar performance by Jackson, but he got just enough from Jacobs. But finally, the breakout game for Dalvin Cook. And then you look over at Steve's team, Palouse Posse, Pittman, Sutton, Herbert, Everett, Cooks. It's just not good enough. I mean, it's just not good enough. And that's not going to be every week, but this week, it's not good enough. Brady had a fine game. Jeff Wilson Jr. has been a great addition to his team. But he only has 3 players in double figures, and that's one of them is a kicker. They ain't going to win you very many games. Diggstown Dallies, I don't know what the hell he's called. It's a gay name anyway. Versus Counting Bodies Like Sheep. Now, we'll get to that in a second, but right now, he has got 61.36 points. Maybe that's why he's got a sore throat. Maybe he didn't want to come on the Remi and Red show, putting up 60 points. Because his co-host, that's me, has put up 140 burger and still counting. Yeah, you better believe somebody would have brought that up. Counting bodies like sheep. Ikey, baby, let's go. We're going to hear about, you and I are going to talk here a little bit later about one of my greats of the week. But for this conversation, what kind of balls did it take to start Geno Smith? Put up 30.2 points. Let's go, baby. Mike Williams is good. Derrick Henry with a 30 burger. Travis Kelce's got 7 points in the first half and counting. Now, Damian Harris, not good. Corey Davis, not good. Drake London's got to get better. But it's enough to beat Diggstown Dallas. Next up, Cream of the crop, I rise to the top. I come to get down, I come to get down. Against Cobra Kai. I mean, 63 points versus 61. Man, Cobra Kai started out hot. I mean, I tell you, man. I mean, listen. He was going places and didn't even have to give any roses. That's how good he was doing. But wheels fell off this week. 63 points. Man, I don't know. I think you might have to pivot from Russell Wilson, Jamar Chase, Alan Lazard, Aaron Jones, J.K. Dobbins, Zach Ertz, Adam Thielen, and Matt Gray. Not one of those positional players got over 10 points. Not one. Man, like, there ought to be an award for that. Like, I don't know if we could put together a lineup that performed that poorly. Not that they weren't good start decisions. I'm not busting his balls about whether or not they're good sit-start decisions. What I'm saying is, man, that was like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's like an 8-player parlay that none of them go over 10 points. That ought to pay out like $1 million to 1. I tell you, we would be doing this draft next year in Cabo if my boy hit a parlay like that. Needless to say, not a good week for Cobra Kai. However, cream of the crop. He's got Darren Waller starting right now, and I don't know what's going on. Maybe Waller's hurt or what's going on, but he's 0 points from Waller. Raheem Mostert looks like a great play for Miami. Tyreek Hill's going to get better. Christian McCaffrey, boy. If they trade Christian McCaffrey to the Bills, my gosh, fella, I'm going to hit you up. I'm going to look for a trade, and you're going to say, let me think about it. Am I right? Yeah, I tell you, that would be a game. That would be a league-winning move, I think, if Christian McCaffrey went to the Bills. And you could be able to pair that with Josh Allen. Josh Allen, I think he had 300 yards passing in the first half. My gosh. Anyway, good enough to win. Cream of the crop's got a decent team. He's rocking and rolling. Next, we got Dustin Eckler versus Straight Trash Homie. And here's the thing. I am not upset that Palouse Posse lost. I'm not upset that 501c Cree lost. Nah, not upset. And I'm not upset the Straight Trash Homie's losing. Not upset. Dustin Eckler needs to pull this home. I need Pat Mahomes to continue to play poorly, and we need to see Devontae Adams go ahead and get another TD. Push Dustin Eckler, who, if he wins this, it'll be a 2-game winning streak for one of the 11th, 12th place teams. In the first couple of weeks of the season. So, I mean, listen, I think it's well done. Aaron Rodgers did just enough, but Dustin Eckler, awesome Eckler, Austin Eckler put up 36.9 points. That's back-to-back weeks with great outing of Austin Eckler. He's coming around. He's where you drafted him. I love the pick of Dameon Pierce. I tried to come and get him from him earlier this year. Love that pick. I was on Dameon Pierce out of Florida months and months and months ago. I wanted him to be targeted by the Seattle Seahawks. Ken Walker now is going to be stepping in. He's going to look really good. But for the sake of this conversation, I love that play. He was able to pivot to Will Dissly, which didn't do anything. And Christian Kirk only put up 1 point. That was surprising to me. But it was enough to beat Straight Trash Homie unless Patrick Mahomes absolutely goes off in the second half, which it's not out of the realm of possibility. But Chandler Jones has had a great first half, along with Max Crosby. They're putting up enough pressure that I think Dustin Eckler should be able to get this one home. Nice job, Spency. Makes up a little bit for the Fins down. They get beat by 30. All right. And for the top performer of the week, by a gentleman who likes to hear himself talk, since this podcast here, 142.38 points. Let's go! Let's go! Gins and win it all, baby! Let's go! That's my team, man. And Derek Carr still has a whole second half. Man, listen to this lineup. Gabriel Davis, 34 points. Chris Godwin only with 3. Alvin Kamara, man, one of the easiest starts of the entire week against that Seattle defense, 22.4 points. Kareem Hunt with 11. He had his freaking touchdown snipe, but he got in the end zone. I like that. Tunyon, whatever. 30.7 points by Breece Hall. 18 points by Nick Folk, and we got 5.5 out of the Green Bay defense, which isn't very good. But this matchup against Jake Fancher, this matchup was against Jake Fancher. I just like saying that. I think that's funny. Oh my gosh, Joni Baloney. This is where the big trade happened, right? This is where we had to see how our two teams competed, and I am looking at my trade of Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is fucking awesome. I mean, dude, he is really, really good. The 3 guys that I traded for Chubb all started this week, and it was okay. But the real star was Breece Hall. If Breece Hall can I mean, obviously he's not going to put up 30 points every week, but it looks like he's involved. And it looks like he's going to be one of those rookies in the second half, much like Jonathan Taylor last year, where they started out, had a rough couple of weeks, and then they just took off. I see Breece Hall in that mold. Incredibly athletic. Super. I think they're discovering him. Now, Michael Carter snipes 2 touchdowns from him on the goal line. You start to get a little bit more of those goal line touches. My gosh, the sky's the limit, but I love his breakaway speed every time he can touch the football. Jake Fancher had 27.6 out of Hurts. Justin Jefferson, my goodness, he's fun to watch. We've talked about that. Devonta Smith, like that pairing. And then Nick Chubb, as we just said, 30 freaking points. My God, he's running good. That was a tough one to give up. Melvin Gordon, Pat Freiermuth, not good. CeeDee Lamb, not good. But this is the second week in a row that Joni Baloney played the team with the highest weekly total. That was me. So it was a little bit of bad luck for Jonas. But as we look at the standings right now, Jonas was number 1 in the league. Everybody in division number 1, which is Straight Cash Homie, 501c3, Palouse Posse, Gins and Win It All, that division now just got flipped on its head. 3 and 2 is number 1 in the division. Everybody else is 2 and 3. From just a point total standpoint, I'll jump Palouse Posse. Not going to be able to get up there to jump 501c3, but man, Dennis said that a lot of people are going fishing. Not quite yet, my friend. Not quite yet. The other one is Dustin Eckler. He's going to 3 and 2. Moved himself into a winning record. Joey Meatball right now, and Dennis, the one we're talking about, Mr. 15%, are both 4 and 1. So strong division. Finally, cream of the crop, got a win. He's on the board. The worst team in the league right now is Diggstown Dallas. He's moving to 1 and 4. Damn, that's tough. All right, we're moving on. We are going to move on to our great, meh, and shit of the week. So my grade of the week, man, I'm going to a different sport. The Seattle Mariners came back 8-1 and beat the Toronto Blue Jays 10-9. Let's go, M's. Come on, baby. And now we're playing the Stros. But and we're gonna get to that in a second. But that's great, man. That was awesome. The city's pumped up. Let's go, Mariners. The other grade of the week, and I'm sorry, guys, I got to do this to you, but I got a chance to put up 150 points in 1 week. It's the highest point total of the week. Your other grade of the week is Gins and Win It All. My meh of the week is across the NFL, we're seeing injuries, we're seeing poor defenses, but it's just kind of, I don't know, man. This weekend was just kind of a meh weekend as far as the overall NFL goes. There was a couple of really good games, but there's just a lot of blowouts, and I don't know. It just seems to me that there's just a lot of meh teams out there. I mean, you look at the NFC West. There's what? There's only one team with a winning record at 3-2. Everybody else is 2-3. I have no idea who's coming out of the NFC. Obviously, the AFC's got some powerhouses, but I don't know, just kind of meh. Shit of the week. The shit of the week, for me, if you can't score above 60 points, you shit. That's it. You shit. Dickstown Dallies, Cobra Kai, you shit. Shit week. My other shit, and this is a presumptive, a pre-shit. Shit on the Houston Astros. I hope they shit the bed. I hope they step in shit. I hope they get shed on. Every shit on the Houston Astros in all aspects of anywhere that you can have shit involved or associated with a certain team. I hope they get shit on. All right. We are going to look at our records. We're going to recap the bold predictions of the week. Now, Remy predicted that Ike, which is counting bodies like sheep, would get a W. But he also said Steve would get a W. Now, for any of you out there watching, is anybody surprised that Remy thought Steve would get a win? I'm not. But Steve didn't, and he goes down in flames. Let's go. That's a -1 for Remy. Red said that Gins and Wins it all would get a victory over the number one seed, the number one team in the entire A-League, Jake Fancher, and he did. So, number one, first bold prediction of the week goes to Arlino. Gins and win it all. Let's go, baby. Let's go. My other bold prediction of the week is when I talk to you all in a week from now, the Seattle Mariners have beat the Houston Astros, and they're moving on to the ALDS Championship, the American League Divisional Series, ALDS, whatever the hell it's called. But they're going on, and they're beating the Houston Astros. That's my bold prediction of the week. So, fuck y'all if you don't think that's going to happen. Man, that's all I got, babe. Boys and girls, babes, everybody, that's it. Go kiss your kids. Go kiss your wife. Go get on OnlyFans. I don't know what else you're going to do, but watch this. Come back next week. Because this man is must listen without Remy, right? Hopefully he's not a beta man next week and his throat clears up. Anyway, crew, we'll see you next week. Peace.